The team had started the year 0-11, which was awful, except that people thought, you know what? We're going to get O.J. That was the year O.J. Simpson came out.
Right at the point where you're happy that they're losing games, they start to win games. Now the season is truly a total loss, because now you're just a bad team. You're not the worst team, which is what you wanted to be, but you're just a bad team.
People arrived at the game. They found their seats covered with a half a foot of snow, and it was cold, it was windy, it was a nasty December day. They had a Christmas pageant every year. Santa Claus never showed up that day. The guy they had booked to be Santa looked out his window that morning and said, "Foot of snow, I'm staying home." And they began halftime with no Santa. They looked around the stands, and there was a 19-year-old kid who had that morning dressed as Santa to go to the game.
The last game of the year, every year, I would go dressed as Santa.
5'6", 140 pounds, undersized kid with a ratty, scraggly Santa Claus outfit. Terrible little costume. But they go up to him, and they pull him, and they say, "Listen, our Santa didn't show up. You want to be the guy."
And he said, "Just walk down the center of the column and wave to all the sections of the stadium."
The fans were in such a bad mood, none of us wanted to see Santa Claus to begin with.
It's a bad game. It's a cold day. They're sitting in their rear ends in snow. And here comes this lousy little Santa running down the field. So they start to boo.
You hear the booing. You hear it. And I said, well, I understand what's going on here. They're not booing me. They're just booing Santa Claus. They're booing everything.
He was a sitting duck. I mean, you could have imagined that there was going to be trouble just because he was so close.
As I was starting to walk back, I saw the snowballs starting to come, and then I started getting hit with them.
And all of a sudden, Santa Claus is dodging and ducking, and there's a full stadium full of people just wailing away at Santa Claus.
I actually remember feeling a little twinge of anxiety that they might really hurt Santa.
I remember watching a fella make a snowball and throw it at me, and I just walked up to him, at the bottom of the wall there, and I said, "You're not getting anything for Christmas."
When he dies, you already know what the first line of his obituary is going to say. Frank Olivo, the Santa Claus who got pelted with snowballs that winter day in 1968. That's who he will be for the rest of his life.